Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IAS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sardana and I've been taking this daily answer writing initiative from Monday to Saturday at 9 p.m. This is the last video of Seize the Mains Season 3. So we are concluding Seize the Mains here since this is prelim season around. We are already at March 4. So from Monday onwards at 9 p.m. you will see a lot of series coming up on our YouTube channel which will help you, aid you in your prelims preparation. So the entire team will be involved. Our subjects and experts would be involved for all the important topics of prelims. So stay tuned to the channel, and Seize the Mains will be resumed after your prelims exam happens. So yes, around June we'll start Seize the Mains again. Till that time, just focus on your prelims preparation. Today, with regards to Seize the Mains, we are not taking a question answer discussion, but we are telling you how to approach your civil services attempt for the next 3 months. And this video, it will focus on your mains preparation. How can you balance your mains preparation as you study for your prelims? See, whenever we study for prelims, that is that is highly intense preparation. So that is the only time in your entire preparation period when you will be going through your books from cover to cover. You will be covering all the current affairs, all the test series, and your brain will be very active. So it is very essential that you develop a strategy for your mains attempt right now in the next 3 months, and it will not take a lot of time. It will just require more mindfulness and more presence whenever you are studying anything. So there are 5 tips that we'll be sharing with you that you need to keep in mind for an effective attempt, so that you make it to the finalist in this attempt itself and it does not get delayed because of your underconfidence in prelims or the mistakes in prelims or your under preparation in mains. So let's start. Also, I would like to remind you, there have been 205 questions that we have discussed on Seize the Mains Season 3, and all these questions have been updated on our website rajayasacademy.com. The link to our website is given in the description. Click on it and click on the mains answer writing section here. All the 205 questions will appear, and 205 questions corresponding to them, we have 200 YouTube videos of Season 3. Before that, there is another playlist of Seize the Mains which has 63 videos, and that covers all the previous year papers of civil services. So yes, check out that also, and use these model answers to aid your preparation, and they cover the entire topic also. So definitely watch these videos and read out the content from our website. It is very important for you. Now, final day, how to prepare for mains. Let's see what are the tips that we have for you, our team has for you. So yes, syllabus and previous year papers, they serve as your compass. Every teacher, every institute keeps telling you the same thing, that go through the syllabus, go through previous year papers, but they keep on lying somewhere in our notes or somewhere in our bookshelves. Wake up in the morning, as soon as you start your studies, go through the syllabus first. Go through it every day, no matter how monotonous it seems, and go through the previous year papers of the subject you are studying. For example, if for the next 10 days you're devoting yourself for economy, so go through the economy papers, not just prelims but mains as well, for at least till end of April. Go through the previous year papers, and these papers, they will serve as your compass. They will direct you how to approach a particular topic, how to how to assess a particular situation, and how can you reach to the right answer. So read your syllabus every day, understand it, and the next point is relate whatever you have read. Do not read topics or do not read topics in isolation. Do not study them in isolation. Relate things as if they are happening just around you and you are affected by them, and then complete the entire syllabus. That goes without saying. Do not leave anything untouched when it comes to your mains preparation, and that's about it. That's about our first tip. Moving on to the second tip, the balance of static and dynamic. So static part of your preparation is basically, it is the low hanging fruit. So complete your static part first, whether your GS paper 1, it is entirely static. Parts of GS paper 2, they are static. Some parts of GS paper 3 are also static, and GS paper 4 also forms a major part of your static portion. So just divide that, which are the papers and which are the subjects for which you need to study current affairs, and which ones are the ones for which your GS notes will suffice. So static part it is the low hanging fruit because that has already been done by you. Finish it first, complete it first, be prepared for mains for the static part, and polish your static knowledge with the current data, current viewpoints and statements. For example, there could be a topic, let's say yesterday we discussed the FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. Foreign Contributions Regulation Act was studied. So FCRA, it has been in operation since 1976. So basics of FCRA, they should be known to you. That should be covered in your static part. But what is the recent data around it? How many NGOs are covered? How many NGOs are affected? That is your current data, and this will come from the newspapers. It will come from the newspapers and the magazines you are reading. Viewpoints, where are these viewpoints coming from? And these come from editorials. And statements, some important statements. Let's say a minister releases a statement, a top bureaucrat releases a statement with regards to a particular act or a particular issue, that will remain important. These statements, they are most important when you are answering your international relations questions. So yes, and for this part, for polishing your preparation, you'll have to make micro notes. What do I mean by micro notes? See, you cannot make notes for the entire topic. Even if you create notes, even if you're writing and making your own notes, there will be additions made to them till the last day of your preparation. Till you make it to the final list, your notes will have to be updated on a daily basis. So yes, make micro notes from newspapers. For example, today if I see an article regarding FCRA in the newspaper, you already know 80% or 90% of the topic. There is 10% that is the new data, the new viewpoints, the new statements that are appearing in that editorial or in that explain section. Just highlight it and note it down somewhere. Do not worry too much about organization. Have a separate notebook or a separate data sheet for yourself and keep noting down the latest data, the latest viewpoints or the new additions that you've made, and consolidate everything before your mains. So yes, there are no shortcuts to it. Newspaper has to be worked on a daily basis. Yes, the monthly compilations can help you, but you'll have to develop an analytical capacity and you'll have to develop your own micro notes we are talking about here, not the long notes. So yes, contemporary affairs, here this was for the static part. Static part has to be covered, plus it has to be polished. For the contemporary affairs, or to be very precise, current affairs that we say, they require analytical capacity. A topic will not be directly asked for you on its factual basis, and that can happen with your science and tech questions or economy questions, but most of the questions that you see in your civil services mains exam will be analytical. They will be testing your analytical capacity. So whenever some issue is going on around, make sure that you read editorials, you go to online debates, whether it's the big picture, whether it's the print you are following, the VON, whatever channels you're following on YouTube. Watch some intelligent debates around that topic, educate yourself and develop an analytical capacity. Look at that issue from the top, not somebody in it or someone as an aspirant, how an aspirant should be looking at it, but somebody who is in power, how that person should be looking at it. So consider yourself in power and look at that topic from the top, and then develop your viewpoints, note them down at a particular place, and that's how you go. That's how you balance your static and dynamic preparation. Both of these have to go hand in hand, and do not let it overwhelm you. Stay as organized as you can, and then it will then it will aid your preparation. Now the third tip from our side is that prepare for your prelim studies as well. Whenever, let's say, for your polity preparation, you must be studying Lakshmikant book, the polity by Lakshmikant, or for your history, let's say modern history, let's take an example, let's say you're reading Spectrum or you're reading Bipin Chandra. So see, this is the time, this is the only time you will get in your entire preparation to go through these books from like starting to end. You will never get this time again, not before your mains or before your interview. You'll not get this time again, or this push again to go through these books from cover to cover. So as you are reading them, keep underlining them or highlighting them. If you're reading in offline mode, if you're reading on a paper version, have some symbols for your mains, or just write for a particular topic that it is important for mains, write mains there or write M there. And for prelims, just have a separate P symbol or just simply underline it. And if you're reading a book in the online mode, have some color coding. Probably you could have a yellow highlighter. In the e-reader Microsoft Edge, you're provided with like 4 kinds of colors. So have like yellow color for prelims, blue for mains, and the rest of it for factual or importance, however you want to do it. But have some kind of coding whenever you're reading these books, so that whenever you're sitting for prelims, you know what to read. When you're sitting for mains, you know what are the topics you need to pick up, what are the lines, what are the statements which are important, and do that for all the subjects. Do that for all the books. Keep marking topics for mains side by side, and develop whenever you're preparing for prelims. That is the time you are educating yourself very intensely, and this is the time when you should develop a rough strategy for mains. At the back of your mind, there should be a rough strategy for mains coming up, because once you sit for your prelims, let's say you're very excited how you attempted your paper, or you're very demotivated that you might not cross the cutoff, this energy will never return back. This kind of thought process will never return back. So use these months to develop a rough strategy for mains. The final strategy can be worked on after your prelims preparation as well. Once you're done with your prelims, immediately after your prelims, consolidate the content paper wise, whether it's something you've highlighted, whether it's something you've marked, whether it's the newspapers, viewpoints from newspapers you've written, whether it's the data points you've collected from newspapers or magazines or any other sources. Consolidate. Let's say that UPSC will take 20 days to release your prelims result. No matter how bad you feel, this is your goal, this is your aim for life. So use that time in a way that nothing is happening, nothing is going to change after 20 days. Consolidate the content paper wise before your results are out. Also, between these 20 days, once you appear for your prelims and between the result date, do not get lazy, because this exam you cannot get lazy. Just take a break of 2-3 days, relax your brain, relax your body, and do not take a very long break. Do not go out for weeks, or just do not give up on your preparation because you feel too doomed about the attempt. So use this time to do some extra reading. For example, the best book is Sapiens for essay. That is highly recommended. So read those books, read the extra books you need to read for essay or for developing your examples in ethics. Use these 20 days for that extra reading, because it will also help you name them as hobbies in your interview. When you face your interview, you'll be able to write these books as part of your hobby, reading these books. So use the time between prelims exam and prelims result for all the additional reading you need to do for essay, because this is the only time you'll have. Then organization. The most important part of this journey is organization. If you're reading a topic in detail today, 3 months later you will not even remember that you spent an entire day or 2 days just preparing for that topic. And if you do not have an index, or if you're not organized, probably the notes that you prepared for that topic or the understanding you developed, it will lie in a corner, just and it will be out of your active brain, active memory. It would be out of it. You won't even remember that you've already done this topic. So keep an index of the topics you have covered. Have an A4 size sheet. Just keep writing at the end of the day what are the topics you've covered, what are the things you've studied for mains. And for mains, full-fledged topic coverage is required. So just keep on writing what are the topics covered, where are they placed, where are these notes, which notebook, which book, whatever. Find the right structure of presentation for yourself. See, practicing answer writing basically will tell you whether you write answers best in a paragraph format, or when you're writing in pointers, is that your best approach? Or there are some students who do not take any of these approaches. What they do is they just make a tree diagram or a flow chart like this. They write point 1, 2, 3, 4, conclusion, introduction, and they're done with their answer. So that's how they approach the answer, and that is also marked very highly. So whenever you have time, just try and experiment on the structure of your answers, whether it's the paragraph approach that suits you, pointer approach, or the flow charts. Have some schematics ready for you. For example, arrow diagram. This is the basic arrow diagram you can have. Let's say you want to talk about 6 points. Then there is a pyramid diagram which actually represents hierarchy, or dates can be mentioned here, how things happened. World history can be, your events of world history can be mentioned here. Modern history can be mentioned here, or an inverted pyramid. So there are many diagrams which appear in Microsoft Word also, plus you can get a list of these diagrams on the internet also. Have these diagrams handy, draw them with your own hand, and if possible, have some stencils. use a cardboard, use a hard cardboard, cut it with a cutter according to the requirement, and have some stencils ready for you before your mains exam, as you approach your mains exam. And don't be too scared of the directives or the hard language of the paper. We understand sometimes the questions also that appear in mains, they appear vague, so you always have this local language option available. You can read out the question in your mother tongue as well. Plus, do not be scared of the directives. We see a lot of students, they ask us, what does critically examined mean, or they feel very scared of the directives. See, once you're done through the content, once you're confident about the content, once you have, given some major months to your preparation honestly and justified that, directives won't be an issue. Once you sit for full-fledged answer writing preparation, you'll be able to understand what critically examined means, what discuss means, what justify means, and how to approach these answers. Also, our website has 205 questions with their full-fledged answers, all justified, and all directives have been covered there. So visit rajisacademy.com, mains answer writing section, check all the model answers. Whenever you feel scared about them, just type a critically examined directive in the search button, and you will find all the critically examined questions there, or for any other directive. So don't be too scared of it. You'll get more clarity the more you prepare. Finally talking about the answer. See, a good answer should have an adequate flow. Your introduction should actually open the door for your body paragraph. Your conclusion should sum up the entire answer, and the entire answer should have a good structure. It should make sense. Plus, it should have facts. It should not be a vague answer, just like, in schools we would write essays or some, essays or some answers which used to be very generalistic, very general answers, and they did not have a lot of facts. So just cover up your answers, balance your answers with good facts also. A lot of memorization would be required for this stage, but that is very important for you to score high on mains. Then have some fillers. By fillers we mean examples. And the most important part here is feedback. How your feedback works. Basically, let me come to the answer writing part first, then we'll work on the feedback part. See, we as human beings, all of us are not very good at expressing ourselves, and expressing ourselves in English or any other language you're appearing for in the exam, in your mains exam, that is even a tougher task. So the first thing you have to learn in answer writing is being able to express yourself, and for being able to express yourself, you'll have to develop your own viewpoint regarding a certain topic. So if there is a new topic coming in today or tomorrow, try to think about it, try to develop your own viewpoints regarding that in your own mother tongue. Try to have those viewpoints in your mother tongue. Try to scribble it on a rough copy, what you think about it, what are the facts you've learned about it, and then try to express yourself in the language. Let's say English is what you're writing your exam in. Do not struggle with a foreign language and your basic capacity to express yourself, which is mostly suppressed in human beings. So do not have like two battles at once. Fight the expression part first, learn that first, and secondly work on your language side by side. Only then you can ace the exam. Only this can be the right approach for you. So learn to express, and then learn to express in the language, in the foreign language you are writing the exam in. Finally, it's the feedback. See, there are a lot of misunderstandings that go on in our personal lives also, because we tend to say something but the other person understands something else. So this can be the case in your answers also, especially analytical answers, which will carry a lot of marks, especially in your ethics papers, essay papers, which decide ranks, whether you make it to the toppers or you're out of the list. So basically, develop your own thoughts here, evolve your present self, and learn from your past self. How do you learn from your past self? Write answers, write viewpoints, and go back to the things that you have written. Revise the things you have written, then judge your answer. Give feedback to yourself as a third person would give a feedback. So do not look for a teacher for a feedback all the time. You yourself are the best judge. Write an answer today, keep it away for like 1 week or 15 days. have some time ready, mark it on the calendar that today these are the answers I'm going to check again. So go through those answers again after 15 days. It would be out of your active memory what you did 15 days ago. So go through those answers again and then see that does a second person who's reading this answer, does he feel like, does he actually get the message which you were trying to convey? And if not, then that is where you build from, that is where you grow from, you learn expressing yourself better from there. So develop your present self and learn from your past self. Learn to self-evaluate your answers. This is the most important part. There is no third person who can help you with answer writing or give you 100% accurate feedback. It's only you who can work on this part. So what you want to deliver and what your answer actually reflects, that has to be in parallel. That does not have to have any misunderstandings there. And then finally, see, this is the toughest exam. No wonder it is one of the toughest exams of the world. Grow through this journey. No matter what you're reading, how much overwhelming it is. No, not many people have this advantage of, you know, being able to learn. So grow through this journey. Whatever you're reading, make sure that you're growing through it. Your personality is getting polished through it on a daily basis. And do not run after things, covering PTs, covering this book, covering that. Just reading the things will not help, because UPSC is asking you analytical questions, analytical topics in your prelims as well, not just mains. So absorb the things and relate them with each other. Ask questions. Whenever you're going through a text, have a pencil in your hand and ask questions from yourself side by side, that why is this thing happening? How is this thing happening? What will happen if this happens? And then after you've finished one topic, probably Google things and then, you know, expand your horizons from there. Keep practicing, go through model answers. When you read answers written by others or official answers supplied by given to you by us on the website, you will learn a lot of insights. You will gain a lot of knowledge also. Probably there are 5 points you must be thinking about. There is a 6th point that comes to you as an addition from us or from any model answer that a student posted on the website. So go through those answers. And finally, the last tip from us: no matter how you feel about your mains preparation, whether your optional is prepared or not, or how you're feeling about it, give these 3 months your, you know, give these 3 months your best. Don't let it affect your prelims preparation, not at all. Do not let it come to your mind that even if you go through prelims, you'll not be able to crack mains. No, that is never going to happen. You know, things change every day, you grow every day. So just give it your full time, no matter what your optional is, even if it is not prepared, even if you've not written any answer in your life. Go through this preparation with full zeal, full honesty, and justify these 3 months. Crack your prelims at any cost, and we are there with you on this journey for your next part of the journey. So yes, from Monday onwards, we'll be starting with our prelims based series. A lot of series would be coming up, so stay tuned to the channel. Our subject experts would take over, and they would explain you the important topics for prelims, important current affairs topics that are going around in the news. So on everyday basis, you'll see a lot of faces coming up, a lot of new faces coming up on the channel, and they'll help you a lot with your civil services journey. So stay tuned. My best wishes to you from my personal side and my team side. All the very best. Keep working hard, and may the force be with you.